All right, we are back here with Rob Cushman, and we're getting set for the Cougars home opener. You guys coming off a win against Greenville last week, so just run us through that one for us.
Well, no, it's huge. Any time you can win a football game on the road is always a plus. We needed to win a football game, and it happened to be on the end of a long road trip. It was a 12-hour bus ride, so you're always worried about how you're going to perform coming off in that situation. But we really played well against a good football team. I think Greenville's going to win a ton of games.
Yep.
And I thought they were very talented, very strong, physical group. We had our hands full with their defense. It showed. We had trouble moving the ball consistently, but we made just enough plays to keep the defense off the field more and scored when we had a chance in the red zone. We kind of botched up one opportunity. We got down really close. I ran reverse. I probably got too cute. I thought they'd chase us. They thought they'd be in man-to-man defense and chase the motion guy. He didn't. He sat, and so there was nobody to block him, and they tackled us for a loss. But we kicked the field goal, so at least we scored in the red zone. 7 would have been nicer next time down there. Tried to hammer it inside against their front, and that didn't work well. But then we went outside. Devin took a toss sweep and took it into the end zone, and so we scored. We had an opportunity, and then obviously the last play, the touchdown play. Yeah. We were on the 43-yard line going in, a 4th and 11, and we thought again they were in man-to-man coverage. We thought Devin could get loose if we could protect. We've been running to the corner quite a bit, so we made a corner fake and brought it back to the post, and Donnie hit him in stride. It was really well executed. Big play, gave us the lead then. 2-point conversion. We threw kind of a sky ball, jump ball to Peter Meyer in the end zone for the 2 points, which were critical because that meant we had a 6-point lead and they would have had to kick an extra point to win, and we had blocked one of their kicks earlier. But the real side of the game was the defensive effort was outstanding. I mean, we bent a few times, but certainly didn't break. Had a huge goal line stand. I mean, they had 1st and goal way down inside our territory, and we turned them away. Got stops when we needed. Got the ball back for the offense to score at the end, and then the last drive was pretty hairy. They converted a few plays and. I'm not sure the clock management was all that great, which gave us at least an opportunity. But and they converted a 4th down. We kind of blew coverage. They converted a 4th down about midfield. That was obviously we could have taken any at that point, but set up the drama at the end. They ran into the end zone to try to win, and we covered him up. Quarterback scrambled. We didn't do a good job keeping him in the pocket. He scrambled and. Mitch Fisher and a couple others came out of coverage at the end when they saw him run and tackle him at the 3 to end the game when the horn sounded. So about as exciting as it can get. Kids went nuts. They hadn't won in a long time here. I'm not sure I've ever seen a happier group. It was really rewarding. I've been fortunate to have some nice wins in my career, but I'm not sure I've had anyone that meant more to a group of guys that just fought and hung in there and they've had faith, but now they have proof that we can win some football games, and hopefully that'll catapult us forward.
All right, and now you guys get back home, and you guys going to take on Northwestern, another tough opponent. So kind of just preview that one for us just for a second.
Well, they're a good football team, and it's interesting. Our kids think they're much but than Greenville. Time will tell. I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out on Saturday, but. They're a good football team, but they're 1-1 coming in here. Our confidence level is much higher. We know we've got to play well to beat a good football team. They run the zone play and they throw it just enough. They have good tall wide receiver they get the ball to. Quarterback's talented. Offensive line is solid. Defensively, they line up in that 3-4 defense. That's kind of the trend now in college football. They bring it at you in a lot of different angles. They're pretty active. So we got our hands full, as I've said. But our guys feel like they know we can get this thing done. Now we're going to have to play well, as I've said. We're going to have to execute. We can't make mistakes, take advantage of opportunities, get some turnovers. I mean, there's just a lot of things that go into winning a football game. So I'm hoping though that mentally, we're at a different place now, and guys understand that. that every time we step on the field, that we can win a football game if we do the things that we need to do and fight. And that's what I really liked last week and minutes and play the game the right way. We want to give people at home an opportunity to see a football team that I hope is well coached, is disciplined, that plays the game the right way, plays hard, and gives it our best shot. And obviously, we hope that's going to be enough to get it done.
And talk about the fact you guys are finally home. Two games. You talking to me about almost 40 practices at home without playing a home game. So you guys are at a Big Cat Stadium and get set to have your first.
Well,
home
I'm
game.
excited. It's my first home game in
Yep.
Big Cat, and so it's always that's always kind of a nice mark in your career when you can have a first.
Right.
But for the kids, it's been a long time. It's been almost 40 practices and the road trips and the bus rides and the pizza and everything else that that we do on the road. But you know what? The schedule's a schedule. This is an opportunity for the community, for the college to come out and watch. Coming off a win, obviously, I think there's more excitement than maybe could have been or would have been. But the reality is, whether you're home or away, you got to play. You got to execute. But it's gonna be nice to be in our, with our support and our fans cheering. There was about 10 people down there, I think, last week. So hopefully we'll have more than that here at home cheering for us. And believe me, those 10 were pretty loud a week ago. So we're hoping the stadium has some energy and we feed off that and we play well in our maroon jerseys. That's the idea.
You guys had a little bit of a test going through some weather too last week, and the weather seems like it'll be pretty nice on tomorrow. So is that going to help your offense or?
Well, the forecast wasn't for that rain to be there, so none of us took our rain gear, and the kids really weren't prepared. I guess that's a good lesson. You always should be prepared, but gosh, all of a sudden before the game, it really started raining, and the field did not get muddy, but it kind of came up in chunks, and it was slippery.
Yeah.
And I think that affected both teams. There's no question. That won't be the case here. On the turf, low 70s, supposed to be a perfect day for football, so that's not a factor. You hope the weather's never a factor, but you got to play in the elements. And so, if something were to change, it was a good lesson for us a week ago to be prepared.
Well, thanks for joining us, and go get another victory tomorrow.
Well, thanks a lot. I look forward to seeing everybody out at the stadium.